Hello, everyone on Disability Days with Dalton. Happy 5th of July. Hope that everyone is having a wonderful day. I have two amazing guests with me today, and it is Trudy Brower and her daughter, Devin Brower. And we are going to be answering your questions, guys. So if you have any comments or any questions you want to ask, go ahead and put those in the chat. I'm going to try to keep this up for a bit. But while we're waiting on questions, Miss Trudy, in our last interview, if you remember correctly, we were talking about Devin's ABM and everything that led up to that. Can you give us a quick, short recap and then tell us kind of a little bit of the transition after that, like how things were at school and stuff like that, just for the people who are new to the channel?
Sure. In 2006, Devin was in Spanish class and um, experienced an AVM, arterial venous malformation, um, which means she basically had a brain bleed. Um, Went to the hospital, was there for 42 days, um, came home, and we had to have a lift because was paralyzed. She couldn't move her arms and legs. She couldn't eat. She couldn't drink. She couldn't talk. But she got home and she started learning that all over again.
Yeah.
And it's been, uh, uh, as the doctors told us, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
And she's quite good at marathons, we found out. And we're getting really good at it too. Um, so we are, what, 16 years later,
Yeah.
still, working really hard to, you know, her right side of her body is much weaker.
Yeah. But it's definitely getting stronger every day.
Well, we have to work on it. We do speech therapy, and
Yeah.
so since then, right after she came home from the hospital, it was really challenging for us. But she was a sport about it, and we all got through that.
Yeah.
And now it's just a matter of being aware of what her deficits are, and making sure that we accommodate for that. Like, she can't see on the right side of her vision. She's lost her right field of vision. So sometimes we have to remind her to look that way.
Yeah.
Her steps are slower, but we work with it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
And like, did you ever get any blowback from the schools or anything, or were they very supportive?
Huh.
They were as supportive as they could be.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice if they could have, because of the rules that they have, it limited what she could receive as far as services. But they were really a nice group of folks, constrained by silly rules.
Yeah.
And how, like, I understand, like, y'all started off in, if I remember properly, you started off in Arizona.
Well,
It,
Devin,
it, that
Devin,
was, did it happen in Arizona or did it happen
No.
it
right?
No.
happened at Spain Park High School in
Yeah.
Hoover, Alabama.
Yeah.
And like I said, Devin, you are truly amazing. Both
Aw.
amazing.
Aw, thank you.
Well,
Well, you're pretty amazing yourself.
this is true.
I try.
Oh, will you succeed?
Yeah, you really are a force of nature who is not
Yeah.
who is curious, and you really the fact that you're doing a live YouTube, it's just
Yeah. Uh,
amazing.
yeah.
And such thoughtful questions and prep, and you're rather professional about it.
Yeah.
I try. Is my angle good? I can't really tell from my end.
Yeah.
All right. So for those that, oh, we did have one person, but they went away. Oh
Uh,
well.
well,
If anyone does have any questions, we're gonna try to stay on for a little bit longer. Um, if you are watching though, please share and like and hit that subscribe button, even if you're watching later. And you'll get more fun interviews like this. Um, so Devin, transitioning from state to state, has it been hard for you?
uh, uh, no. I, I actually, I, I love to come to New Mexico. Uh,
Any downsides?
uh,
It doesn't have,
it doesn't have the humidity of Alabama.
or it doesn't have an exceptional foundation, which is
Yeah.
where you two met,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that, Dalton.
Well, I can't remember exactly what year it was, but whenever I first went to the Exceptional Foundation, I looked at Devin and I was thinking, this is the most prettiest girl in the world.
Oh. Oh, thank you.
Honestly, I didn't know what things were like between um, you and anybody else. I didn't know if you were in a relationship, so I was honestly nervous to ask if you wanted to be my girlfriend.
Uh, uh, oh, oh,
What do you remember?
uh, uh, actually, uh, oh, 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 what was I in the,
Good stuff.
what was I in a relationship with, there?
That was over.
Yeah.
You were footloose and fancy free.
Yeah, you were.
I remember you guys going to the zoo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that.
Wasn't that our first date?
It was. It
Yeah.
was. Um, I think right after Christmas, whenever we went on our first date.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Nice with the Christmas lights and the zoo. It was,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
it was really fun. I,
Yeah.
I actually still have some pictures from that.
Yeah. Uh, I am pretty sure I still have some pictures from that as well.
do you guys remember going to Moss Rock Art Festival?
Yeah, I remember that. And then we
You
went
know,
to.
do you know what I remember about it?
What do you remember?
You two were off going through the festival, and we would check in with you every so often. And you two don't know any strangers, and the two of you together, whoosh. Um, uh, but David and I came upon you, and you had all this merch from the local NPR station.
Yeah,
T-shirts, printed material. Do you remember that?
I do.
I thought, gosh, I should be following you guys around.
uh,
You were enjoying yourself for sure.
We were.
It was a pretty day too, because that takes place in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really miss days like those.
Yeah.
I have
So,
to say that you guys do a pretty amazing job with technology.
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. So, Miss Trudy,
Yes.
what would you say for, like I said before, uh, like I understand you did teaching too. Were you like in a general education class, or was it like a special ed class, or
Well,
a little bit of both?
a little bit of both. I was a paraeducator, so I would assist students who had individual education programs. So they would benefit from somebody assisting them. And so oftentimes I would take them into the general ed classroom and help them as I needed it. And of course, each student is different and has different needs. So my job would change with each student what their needs were.
Yeah.
So
And
that was my job.
do you have any advice for people who are wanting to try to be in that kind of field of work?
Um, it's amazing work, amazing work. It can be really challenging.
Yeah.
Um,
But it can be extremely rewarding as well.
well, yeah, extremely rewarding, and being able to get to know somebody who has different needs is always a wonderful journey. But then you forget that I learned from each student. Each student had amazing abilities, and being able to be with that person and teach them how best to be in the hallway or the classroom um, was great.
Yeah.
So just have a big, beautiful heart and lots of patience um, and the lots of flexibility,
Yeah.
and take your lead from your student because they're the ones that are learning and you're just helping figure that out.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So
And
my advice is
go-
if you have the type of personality that can deal with those sorts of things, go for it.
Yeah.
and what about as far as a parent who is dealing with someone uh, with a child who has a disability? What kind of advice would you give them? Like
Oh,
who look
wow, that's
to their disability?
get to know the people who will be working with your child. Get to know them and um, find out what their strengths are and who they are, and so you can have a really good relationship to be able to um, talk to them about what your needs are because you're a team.
Yeah.
You're going to be a team with the people who are working with your child, so you want to have the best relationship you can.
Yeah.
That's that's my advice.
And
And
Deb,
know what um, and know that you will, even if you have the best educators and the best people working with your kids, sometimes you just are going to really have to advocate for your child's needs with the best of teams. So
Yeah.
know that that's part of it. And parents, by the time their children get into school, if they're born with special needs, they're already used to be advocating. But that doesn't stop when you have a team in the public school.
Yeah.
and if you are someone with a disability and you notice someone else who's getting picked on, if you're able, without getting yourself hurt, try to at least stand up for that person and show them
Yeah.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
and at least speak up, because if you don't speak up, then nothing will be able to be done.
Yeah.
All right. So, any final words from either of you?
No, but we really love you, Dalton, and we think
Yeah.
you're pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thanks for
I
inviting us.
think you're pretty awesome there, Blossom.
Well, I appreciate it. I am glad that I was able to have you guys on. It's a shame that not many people were able to join.
Oh,
Somehow we may have lost them. Sorry about that, guys. Uh, oh, there you are. You lost.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a shame that you guys, or that we didn't have many people on to ask questions. If you guys want me to do another live with a Q&A, it will. The best time would be in the mornings.
okay. For us too, we're really fresh in the morning.
Yeah. So if anyone who's watching wants me to bring them back for another live, let me know. But the only time we have available for them is in the morning. I can't really do evenings. Devin, do you have any last words?
Just stay positive, everybody.
And then we will. And with that, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys for joining me live.
You are so welcome.
Hope
Okay.
hope that everyone has a wonderful day. Everyone has a disability, you just can't see it. And we will see you in the next broadcast. Till then, peace.